Hello, Daily Drafters. Today is Friday, December 31st, and thanks for joining me for today's New Year's Eve draft. It'll be our last draft of 2021 here, so let's hope we can end it with a little bit of luck. And you know what? I have not played with Hullbreaker Horror yet, but I'm excited to in this draft, that's for sure. This card's kind of insane, so we're going to go ahead and take it here. Yeah, and then we're going to try to build the deck around it and pack one, pick one. And maybe we can go like blue-red, something like that, wheel this Wandering Mind. It'd be great. I got a little excited there, got ahead of myself, but just want to go ahead and let you know this is a reminder that this draft will be the last draft of the daily format for Crimson Vow. Beginning next week, we will be switching to Tuesday, Friday drafts for the remainder of Crimson Vow until Kamigawa comes out on February 10th. So the next draft will be next Tuesday. So look out for that. And if you're missing us on Monday, then you know what? Let me know and see if we need to go back to more of a daily schedule. But I really think this Tuesday, Friday is going to be working out really well as we prepare for Kamigawa coming in February. So we're going to go ahead and take Hullbreaker Horror here and be really excited about it. All right, so pick two. Let's see. Best cards in this pack. Flame Blessed Bolt, Sigarda's Imprisonment, Fierce Retribution. I don't think I want to take Witness over any of these removal spells here, so I'm going to branch into a second color already and take what I think is actually just the best card in this pack in Bolt. I think having a card like this, like a 1-drop to follow up Hullbreaker Horror on like 8 lands, we can play Horror, and then if they try to kill it or something, we can play Bolt after it as a 1-mana spell to make sure that we can bounce their removal spell, we can bounce our own horror, whatever we want to do. So we'll take Bolt here. So best cards in this pack are Brinecombr, Quartermaster, and I really don't want any of these red cards. So, and then Cruel Witness is another blue card. But so if we took Quartermaster, we'd be branching into a third color already. This is also kind of like branching into a third color, but it does hedge in the fact that one of these colors is blue. So blue-white Horror can go totally fine in that style of deck as well. So we're going to take this early Brinecombr and see where this goes. Interesting pick here. So we have a Whispering Wizard, which goes along well with these two cards. Here we have another Bolt, though. So I think I'm going to take Bolt here because I'd rather Hullbreaker Horror go in like a blue-red spells kind of shell. Maybe we can wheel this Anger, we can find some Flame Breathers and then make that be the plan until we get to the Horror, and then removing all their plays prior to playing the Hullbreaker is going to be of utmost importance so that we can actually survive till turn 7. So let's take Flame Blessed Bolt here, and here's the Flame Breather I was talking about. So let's see, there's Screaming Swarm as well, but this is usually if you're lacking in a late game. We will not be lacking in a late game here. So let's go ahead and take Flame Breather and see if we can lean into a blue-red spells things. I do really like Foreboding Statue as well, which could be good in ramping this out. And maybe that's a reason to consider it, but I would really like to cut the blue-red deck here. So I'm going to take my first Flame Breather and then see a pick 6 Bolt and know that red is pretty open here. So we're going to go ahead and obviously slam this third Bolt here. So here we've got Entomber, Lacerate Flesh, Ridgewolf, Heirloom. Heirloom does ramp out Horror, but again, I think we want some removal spells. It's going to be super important in this deck here. A really late Lantern Bearer as well. Pick 8. Yeah, we'll take that for sure. So I don't think Brinecombr is looking to be in this deck right now. We have 4 removal spells, a bomb, and then a card that goes with these spells, plus a really just an efficient good creature here. So not a bad start at all. All right, so on blue-red, we've got Siphon Essence, Steelclad Spirit. We'll take Siphon Essence here. I wouldn't mind playing a Spirit. That helps us kind of like delay getting to the late game here, but this can kind of help us counter 4, 5, 6 drops on the way to getting to Horror. So we'll go ahead and take the Siphon Essence. We'll take the only blue or red card in Hulk and Cruel Witness, which is a fine card to play here. Another Cruel Witness. Good news is Cruel Witness is a fine card and it's coming back here. There is an option to just take a 2-drop, but I want our 2-drops to be more flame breathers than anything. And nothing but blue and red cards. So this is interesting here. Between Spirit and Anger. I'm going to take my first Anger, because I think we're going to be able to get a Spirit if we want it. And it looks like blue-red is wide open here. So I think we're going to go ahead and just stay on the blue-red plan. And Cradle isn't exactly what this deck wants. Alright, Mirror Hall Mimic, yes please. Pretty crazy card, especially if you put the backside on one of their own creatures, then you just start making copies of it over and over again. So we're going to take that. Would love a Rending Flame, would love a Flame Breather, obviously, but we're not going to pass up on Mimic when we're already in blue. So let's go ahead and take the Mimic and move on. Alright, so this is a spot where I think I'll take Visionary. Not really interested in any of these blue or red cards here. These two are obviously really good, but I'll take Visionary. It goes fine in this style of deck here. It's not really like a super synergistic deck at the moment, but Visionary is just an objectively powerful card here. So let's take Flame Breather here. Would love to wheel Anger or Siphon Essence as well. We'll see which one of those comes back, but we're definitely taking Flame Breather. Here's between Lantern Bearer and Anger again, and a Ceremonial Knife. I actually think I'm going to take Lantern Bearer in this spot. Again, it's really, really nice with Hullbreaker Horrors to have cheap 1-drops. This is a cheap 1-drop, but there is a chance this comes back because we got the last one, I think, second to last pick, third to last pick. So I think both this one and the one previous has the chance to wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and take this Lantern Bearer here. And then we see a Ballista Watcher. Yeah, that card's really good. We'll take it. I'd love to get an Impulse, probably 2 Impulses in this deck, but I'm not going to take that over Ballista Watcher. That card's very, very good. Here we've got Siphon Essence and Scob, which are both fine, but I'm going to take Lunar Rejection. I've been impressed by this card. And nothing but blue and red, which is really nice. So we have Scattered Thoughts, another Lantern Bearer. This card doesn't matter, don't need Wretched Throngs. So it's between Scattered Thoughts, Lantern Bearer, and maybe Wash Away to consider another, like, what's it called? Counterspell. But we'll go ahead. I mean, I think siding on the side of taking cheap creatures is going to be good for us here. Don't really care about any of these cards. I think I'll take... take the cheap 2-drop just to have a body, but I don't think we'll play it. Don't think any of these matter for us. Yeah, we won't be playing any of these cards here. Did the Anger come back? Maybe it's next pack. Not sure. Well, again, none of these really matter for us. Alright, the Angers are not wheeling, so somebody else has moved into this deck in this pack, unfortunately, so we didn't get those back. But let's hope we can pick up a few in pack 3. Would still like maybe a Rending Flame, maybe an Abrade or 2, things like that. Going into this last pack. Don't think we need the Scob here yet. So, by invitation only, obviously a really good sweeper, but we can't be taking that here. For us, it's between Chill of the Grave and Siphon Essence, probably. A little underwhelming. But I think I'll take a second Siphon Essence. I'm fine with that. Would love to pick up a Scattered Thoughts as well, now that we have double Counterspell. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take our second Siphon Essence here. And then we see a third Siphon Essence, a Knife, a Skulker, and a Lancer. I think we're just going to keep taking the counter spells. Because we played a deck like this last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, where had a lot of Flame Breathers, had a lot of counter spells, had a lot of removal, and it kind of just like locked them out of the game. I'd love to get like 2 more Flame Breathers if we see them, but we'll go ahead and take another counter spell here. There's the Abrade, so that's really nice. We'll go ahead and take the Abrade. And another Abrade, yes please. So we're just going to be removing everything they play. Sounds like a plan to me. Yep, we'll take that Abrade there. Still not seeing Flame Breathers, but happy to pick up a Scattered Thoughts now that we have 3 Siphon Essences. So we have 9 instants in this deck, so we can be leaving up mana a lot, which is going to be really good for us. Our curve is looking a little awkward, but not so bad. Okay, this pick is tough here. I want Raconteur, I want Impulse, and I want Bolt. And I don't know exactly what to take. I think I'm going to lean on the side of Raconteur as another win con in the event that we don't get to Horror, but I really want both of these cards. I really want an Impulse in this deck, but Raconteur is an irreplaceable effect. Now there's a Ballista Watch, a second Ballista Watcher. We have a ton of early removal, so I don't feel like we're in the need for a Spirit. And 2 Ballista Watchers, if they remove 1, placing a second can be really good as well. And we have a lot of instants to pass to do this. So now with double Watcher, see, I guess we'll take another Siphon Essence. It's the only card I think we'll consider playing. I don't know if these Cruel Witnesses are going to be in our game plan here. And our 4-drop slot's looking a little crowded. May not even need Lacerate Flesh now that we have double Abrade, triple Bolt. Probably don't need Anger. I don't think we got there on that. Fear of Death, Chill of the Grave. I don't know if either of these are going to make the cut here. Again, don't think any of these are making the cut, but we'll take Knife just in case. Chill of the Grave, Weary Prisoner. So blue and red were open here, for sure. Yeah, I don't think any of these cards matter for us. Unfortunately, it looks like the Flame Breathers were not opened at the table to help this deck really get there. But we do have a lot of power in this deck between, you know, we can counter a lot of things. We can remove basically everything they play. We can get a Ballista Watcher down and then pass the turn. Then we have a 5/5, all that kind of stuff. And we have Hullbreaker Horror at the top, so... Alright, so definitely going to need to run 17 lands here, which means we need to add 1 more card. I don't think I want it to be a 4-drop. Maybe we could play a Chill of the Grave. That doesn't seem like the worst plan here. Yeah, we didn't really get there on the Angers. I don't think we need Ceremonial Knife with this deck. Lacerate Flesh is another 4/5 drop. There's an argument to playing Honored Heirloom to try to ramp up to this. But I think we're going to go ahead and take Chill of the Grave. That way we can pass with... I mean, we'll be passing a lot with this deck. And Chill of the Grave seems like a fine way to kind of stall them out until we can drop some of these creatures down here. So, awesome. I think that's how we're going to run it back here. Yep. Great. So with this being the last deck of the year... why don't you go ahead and consider giving me a bit of a New Year's Eve, New Year's Day present and clicking that subscribe button there in the top right. Be greatly appreciated. I would really like to get as many people on board here on the channel as we can to get more content like this out to you all. To the point where we don't necessarily have to go to Tuesday, Friday drafts. We can keep on daily drafting. You know, that's the ultimate goal. But while we're here, and I'm glad to have each and every one of you watching along today. Cool, so we no blue, but we do have Flame Breather. So I think we'll go ahead and keep it and hope we draw blue for Essence on turn 3. But you never know how that goes. Not quite what I wanted this early in the game, but we'll need to draw some blue here. And Island, come on. Perfect. Alright, they've got all 3 colors. And they're going to ramp as well. I think I'd like to get Raconteur down. That way we can pass next turn. They're going to have an opportunity to resolve a 5-drop here. But then we can flip this and counter something else. Or draw some cards, you know. Let's see what they do. This is kind of their one turn to get out of it here. Okay, so they do end up playing Celebrants, which I think is okay. I would have rather be able to counter that, but we'll be able to flip we'll be able to flip our Raconteur here. And then we can hold up Counterspell, and if they don't play something we want to counter, we can Scatter Thoughts. Get a lot of pings. Socialite. I think that's something we probably want to counter here, because Bolt doesn't kill it. So let's go ahead and counter that. Get a blood token that I don't think we're going to use here. Okay, interesting, because we can just hit them back. Ragged Recluse, that'll be a good target for Bolt here. They are going to flip it back to day. But I think that's alright. So my turn. We do need to play this island so that we can get to horror here. We will attack for 3. And then hold up Scattered Thoughts. Ideally hit an island from Scattered Thoughts, or a land, so that we can play horror next turn. Okay, that's a good draw for them. No land. Okay. So we probably need to take Chill of the Grave plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't do both of these. So we can do Lunar Rejection plus Chill. We could do Chill plus Siphon Essence, but do we want to counter something? Well, Lunar Rejection does return this to their hand, but then they get to gain 4 more life. So we know, this is interesting. We'll take Chill. I think I'm going to take the Lunar Rejection. These are both cantrips that help us get into other cards here. Then we can even bounce this right now. And then maybe that was an argument for taking Lunar Rejection plus Siphon Essence, which I think would have been better. So they're going to take 5 here. There's a Bolt, which doesn't do much right now. There's our land. It means we can flash in horror. So if they attack prior to playing the Hunter, I don't think I'm going to flash this in and eat it. Well, I can't even eat it because it has Menace. So that's one argument to not do that. But I can flash it in end of turn and then chill down their Hunter and then hit them for a lot. Okay, that's good. I mean, not good, but So that means we can chill this down now to get the trigger. Oh no. Messed that one up. Because now we can't play horror, so my bad. So there's a land. Alright. We can now win the game if they don't gain a life. Okay, let's try that. Alright, well, at least we got there, but didn't quite see that line, but you know what? It worked out. We're good. Alright, we're first. We don't have a blue. We have horror in hand. Any land lets us cast Watcher, and we have early removal, so I think we're going to keep, but it's kind of a yikes and keep. There we go. Got that. Never didn't have it. It's a good target for our bolt here. Getting 2 Ballista Watchers down is going to be really nice. See if they kill it now. They kill it in response to Mimic. Could be bad. See what they do. Okay, so that's good. Undying Malice. Bit of an awkward tap based on how they got that, but let's see what they do now. And that's totally fine. So it looks like we get to resolve Mimic here. So we'll have this come down as a copy of Ballista Watcher. And then get on in there. All of these priority giving can be pretty annoying here if they don't stay on top of that. So we're 1 mana away from horror, which is awkward because we don't really want to be drawing lands, but we want to be drawing action, but then we need 1 more land to play this card, so. Okay, Fellstinger, sure. Pretty good combo here with Undying Malice and Fellstinger if they use it correctly. They probably needed to put full control on first. Yeah, they forgot to use full control there, so. Unlucky for them. Because what they could have done is they could have played Fellstinger and with the exploit trigger on the stack, played Undying Malice on the villager, and then sacrificed it, and then have it return back after having sacrificed it. So it looks like they missed that window by not putting on full control there. No blocks. Because I can't. Maybe they have an Abrade for one of our Watchers or something. Who knows? Bolt for the bear, that's fine. Because they're taking 8 and we're flipping both Watchers now, so. Yeah, rather than just play a random 1-1, I'm going to go ahead and hit them for 8 and flip both of our Watchers. Ah, we'll flip one of our Watchers. Because this one can't flip because it's a copy. Forgot about that, but that's alright. Should be okay. Because now they have to kill both of our Watchers on their turn. Because we're just going to hit them for 2, and then we can hit them for the last one when it comes back to us. They can't gain life because this isn't a vampire. So, looks like they're going to dig, but I'm not sure what they could find here. Maybe Vampire's Kiss, or... Well, that's a really good card, but it's not going to do it in this spot. Doesn't grant haste, does it? No. Nope. Alright, so we're just going to be able to ping them down for one more here on our own turn. And there we go. Could have had 3 Ballista Watchers on the field at the same time. That would have been crazy. Alright, on to round 3. Okay, a bit of an awkward hand like last time, but we have drawn out of these, so we're going to keep it because we have 2 removal spells. So, play turn 1 Minister or Lantern Bearer. Nope. Okay, another blue card. Red-green Ridge Wolf. We'll just kill that now. And then draw a blue. Not quite. Alright, do we kill that? I think we need... I know they draw a card, but again, we need to get to the point where we can cast some of our spells here. That's something, but would have been really good on the Spore Crawler. Maybe I should have waited. Well, there's another one. How about that? Need a blue. Not what I meant. Don't let it end like this. Okay, well there's that. I think I want to hold up Siphon Essence and then discard the Lantern Bearer to the blood token that we make. This does get trained. We can put this on this, and then they have no incentive to attack. Because if this goes into our graveyard, then... let's see. No, I think I'm going to hold up Siphon Essence. Maybe we can do this next turn if they play a creature we don't want to counter that we do want to put that on. So they know we have a counter now because we haven't gotten priority. I mean, I think we do need to just do this. We could actually discard this to make the backside of it. I know we need to draw a blue to do that, but it's alright. Not another red, I'll tell you that. We'll do Flame Breather and Lantern Bearer here. So they get to train their recruit again. Oh god, that's bad. Yeah, we're gonna take 9, 10, something. Man. Alright. Need a blue? Like right now? Well, there's blue. Alright, so... I think we die to removal, though, is the problem. Because they can just train that by attacking with the Puppeteer, so... Can we survive this turn? We cannot. So we block there and then die. Yeah, we got mana screwed there, and they played 2 really good rares and mythics before we could really get ours down, so, you know, sometimes you lose to mana screw. Okay, this hand's pretty good here. Yeah, let's start with Lantern Bearer. Okay. I think we're probably just gonna kill that now because this is a really good target for it and we don't want them to keep that around here. So let's get that out of here, and then next turn we can hold up Essence or Chill. Fleeting Spirit is a good thing for them to resolve. And we're going to hold back because I'd like to trade. Don't want to trade 3 for 1 damage here. So let's be mana efficient. Maybe they discard a card from their hand to blink it, but... Then we still traded 1 for 1. That's fine. Not quite. So they're going to get this back on our end step here, so we'll just go ahead and pass. Okay. Sure. So again, we can trade a Braid for a card in their hand by making them discard another card. Sure. Because this Lantern Bearer is just holding down the fort. So, as long as they don't do anything else with it, they can just keep blinking that in and out. I don't really care. Man, they really don't have anything to do they? So this is going to be awkward here with Scattered Thoughts. Because we do want to, well, it kind of makes it easy for us then, don't we? I think I'm actually going to keep the mountain. Well, no, we'll keep the island plus the lunar rejection here. There's that. Yeah, we'll just keep waiting back. Do we want to counter this? We can bounce it to draw another card, or we can counter it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and counter this one. Because if they built their deck right, theoretically this card can get really, really good. And can be a real problem. So I'm not going to use this blood to get rid of this mountain, because again, we need 7 for Hullbreaker. So they can give this first strike now. And what I'm going to do is not block so that next turn we can lunar rejection it. In response to them giving it first strike and then making them discard another card probably. Okay. This can be an insane combo if these survive. If they don't have the answer to that, that would be just insane. What we could also do is just discard this now and put it on the back and just put it on Fleeting Spirit. But no, I don't want to do that because then they can exile it to get rid of that. So we don't want to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and pass here. So let's go ahead and block this time. They're going to give it first strike. We're going to try to bounce it, and then they're going to blink it. So now they're likely to blink it. Nope, they don't do that. Okay. Resolves. Wedding announcement. Okay. All right, my turn. There's a lantern bearer. So I want to see what they do here first before I expose Hullbreaker Horror. If they leave black mana untapped on the end of their turn, I don't think I can play it. But let's see what they do. So I think we're just going to pass the turn and see if they leave up the mana here to get rid of our horror. Because what we could do is we could play this their end step and then on our turn mimic it and then just kind of win. Okay, no blocks. Okay. Can't think of anything on their end step that can get rid of this. Well, they could have Valorous Stance, I suppose. Alright, that should be alright then. Okay. So let's play Horror here. Then we'll play 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Mimic. Oh, this is going to get ugly. We're going to copy the horror. Then we're going to play Lantern Bearer. We're going to bounce that. We're going to bounce... It doesn't really even matter at this point. And then go to combat and get in there. It's fun when they're on your side of the battlefield. What do they have that they haven't conceded yet? Maybe they have a bleed dry in hand, but either way, I mean... Yeah, there's the bleed dry, so that's fine. What we can do is we can just return that to their hand. So let's do this. We can return a spell. And then we can return the wedding announcement. Yeah, this card is just ridiculous. I don't blame them. So they did have the bleed dry, but they tapped out. So left us in luck there to have the window to resolve that Hullbreaker horror. All right, feel like we've had this hand a lot, so we'll keep it again. 1, 2, 3, if we can draw blue into 4, which would be really, really good. At least we still have 1, 2, 3, even if we don't, or 1, 2, I guess. If we don't draw blue. So let's see here. So hopefully they play an X2. Not bad, at least this exiles, so they can't get another one. Not a blue, but we'll play Flame Breather and then hope we draw blue this next turn. Okay. And Skull Scob, that's a pretty good combo there. We're gonna have to abrade the Skull Scob here on our turn. Well, do we have to? Or do we hold up Siphon Essence? I think I'm going to hold up Siphon Essence, which still does hold up Abrade, so. See what they play here. So they can hit us for 2. Let's see, pass to blockers. Let's block here. Pass to damage. And Binding Geist. So would I rather Siphon Essence that, or would I rather abrade the Skull Scob here? I think I'd rather Siphon Essence this. Because if I abrade this and then play this next turn, they can still attack. So I'd rather counter this. So that we can play this and then they can't attack with these two anymore. It does give them another window to exploit with Skull Scob on the battlefield. They're getting priority here for a blue. Do they have Lantern Bearer? Cobbled Lancer, okay. That's not great for us. But I want to get Ballista Watcher down, so next turn we can flip it. Get a 5/5, and then we can remove Lancer or Skull Scob or something like that, depending on what we need to. So let's hope they don't kill our Watcher, because if they do, we're not in a great spot here. It's not quite killing it. So So we don't need to do that. Cool, so double abrade. So we'll play our mountain. And then we'll pass. Flip that into a 3/5. And then we can double abrade here if we need to. Okay. We could double abrade that. Then we're 2 for winning ourselves. But it is a flyer, and then next turn we can play this, and then just start mowing down their X2s here. Do we want to do that? Yeah, we don't have great protection against flyers, so I'm going to do it this way. Just to get rid of this flyer. And then we can just start mowing down their board with Ballista Watcher here. We need our 6th land, so I'm going to keep it. That's also pretty good. Let's just play 5/5. Alright, so they have 6 now. 7 is the magic number for Toxrill and Dreadfast Demon, so let's hope they don't get to that. Don't want to play this because I need 6 mana to start mowing down their creatures here, so... let's go ahead and pass. We could even pitch this to a blood token at some point to give one of these flying. Alright, let's cross our fingers they don't have one of those cards. Okay, so we'll do 2 here. And 1 more. So we can actually attack with this one now. Because if they double block, we can shoot this down, kill that one. Same thing here, we can attack. Let's get in with both of these. And in the turn, looks like the Ballista Watchers got there. All right, in we go. Round 6, I think. I think we're 4-1 here. Let's keep going along. All right, so we're on the draw here. Flame Breather into potentially Rejection, but we're on the draw, so... Ballista Watcher into Mimic on top of it, like we did a couple games ago. So let's see how this game plays out. Flame Blessed Bolt wouldn't be an awful draw here off the top. Another Watcher. Okay. Wretched Throng. Good thing our Flame Breather kind of stonewalls that. Okay. No attacks. Lunar Rejection not really going to look to hit one of their creatures here. Probably not going to play a Werewolf. Okay, so they almost assuredly have a counterspell here. Like, they have to. So do we play into it? Or do we just bounce this end of turn, draw a card, play it next turn? Bounce whatever they play, maybe? I don't think we play into it, because they have to have it. There's no way they don't. So, okay, so they found their extra color. Let's see if they just play a creature, if they pass. Sure. Dream Shacklegeist. Okay, that's a good card. Are they going to play it now? Nope, they're going to leave up their counterspell. Oh no, they are going to play it. Okay, that resolves. So we can bounce it. And then we can resolve a Watcher. Do it like this, so that we can resolve this Watcher, and then we can bolt their Dream Shacklegeist. Fair. Means we can resolve another one. We don't want to bolt this because we need to get rid of that. So we're going to go ahead and draw the best card in our deck and then play another Watcher here. And leave up Bolt for their Dream Shacklegeist. We have the combo again if we can get it to resolve. Again, I still think they have a counterspell in their hand. So we're going to have to make sure we're aware of that. Okay. Another one, sure. All right. And a second Wretched Throne. Okay. All right, so we have a window right now to resolve Hullbreaker Horror. But, let's see, in blue-red, they can bounce it. Because we're almost sure they have a counterspell. So I actually think I want to play this now, just so we can resolve it. And make sure it hits the battlefield. And then next turn, we can kind of go crazy. We can play Mirror Hall Mimic on top of it, play Flame Blessed Bolt. So I'm going to resolve this now. Oh, well, it can't even be countered. So, you know what? Maybe that was a bit of a mistake, because I forgot about that. But let's see what they do. Okay, they'll play their Geist, which is fine. Okay. This is a creature, but we have ways to, we can do an instant to bounce whatever counterspell they play. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So they're probably going to... Oh no, we can't because this resolves first. Oh no. So let's return the Throng to their hand, because we're going to want to bolt this. Hopefully it's not Siphon Essence. Okay. Maybe it was Syncopate. They couldn't do it for X equals 3. Yeah, I think I messed that up a little bit, but because Hullbreaker Horror is strong enough... Oh, well, I did it correctly, because we can play Flame Blessed Bolt in response to their counterspell. So, it did work out for us. But I need to remember that card can't be countered, because that's what I was worried about. Oreos the Avenger. I love watching people's names sometimes. It's pretty entertaining. Alright. Lots of 4-drops here. But again, we'll keep it. Good turn 1 play from them. And we'll see if we can not get run over here. Leaving up Syncopate. But we're not gonna not play it, so we're gonna go into Syncopate here. Nope, they didn't want to Syncopate it. Maybe they have Flame Blessed Bolt. Binding Geist, it's pretty good. Yeah, we're going to be taking 4 now. Might get out-tempoed here. Especially if they leave up mana and want to counter a Ballista Watcher, then we're going to have to take 4 again. Weary Prisoner, okay. So we can actually bounce that. Got lucky there. Draw a card. Resolve a Ballista Watcher. And we won't be blocking, so we'll attack. We're still going to have to take 4. Next turn we can Abrade. We don't, if they play this, we don't want to be flipping our Watcher. Okay, those are awkward hits for them. So now we can flip it. But again, if they resolve, we can counter this on the way down because they're going to try to play a 6/6, or if they just play one of these two. Which I'm fine with either one, to be honest. So let's flip our Ballista Watcher. We can also ping down Binding Geist. Okay. So, theoretically they're going to want to play Cruel Witness, which we can Abrade. But if they play Weary Prisoner onto this board, and we use 3 to do this, to kill that, well, they are attacking. What are they trying to do here? Maybe make us block and then do Abrade? I don't want them to resolve the Weary Prisoner, but I don't really want to be taking 4 over and over again here. And I think I'm going to bet that they're going to try to play Cruel Witness. So let's just ping this down. Yeah, so they are just going to play the Cruel Witness, which is good. Which means we can Abrade it and then Siphon Essence down their Weary Prisoner when they try. So let's go ahead and kill that. So they do have Flame Blast Bolt here, which is good because nothing that we have is going to be able to be hit by that. Don't want to play this Watcher because then we can't hold up Siphon Essence. So we're going to go ahead and get in. And then we'll end the turn. We can ping them for 1 and counter their Weary Prisoner here. Okay, that's pretty good too. So let's ping the Lantern Bearer here. And then they don't know that we're going to counter their Prisoner. Okay, resolves. They did find it. Alright. Flips to day. I think we need to get this one down here. We have all the mana we need, even if we draw Hullbreaker Horror, so we can get rid of this land. Okay. It's alright. We'll take Visionary. Okay. Let's get rid of this mountain. Draw another one. And a Raconteur. Okay, so I think we can play the Mountain, and we can flip this Watcher, kill their Visionary on upkeep. Because they can only activate this as a sorcery. And then we can hold up Scattered Thoughts as well. I think I like that better. So let's go to combat. They're getting priority because they have the Flame Blessed Bolt in hand, which we don't care about. So we're going to flip our Watcher here and then kill their Visionary. And go to draw. Okay, so let's do this now. Oh my gosh, okay, I guess we'll take Lantern Bearer plus Island, so that we can flip 2 Lantern Bearers? I don't even know. Okay, yeah, that was... I didn't even know what to do there. I saw all 3 Lantern Bearers on the top of our deck. Okay, cruising into Plat 1. Alright, 6 and 1. Can we get to the 7? Let's see. Alright, so we're first. We have removal, we have 4-drop, we have our best card again, so I think we're just going to go ahead and keep it and see what comes our way. Alright. Okay, that's a good target for Bolt, because now they can't get anything back. So, you know, we'll just do that now. Ooh, that could have been bad. Card's really, really good. Desperate Farmer would have been a nice target for Bolt as well. Do you want to kill it? Probably not. Okay, we'll get rid of it. And then we'll play Raconteur on our turn. Yeah, so they're going to have a turn to resolve something here before we can play Essence. But let's see what they take advantage of. Okay, so Scavenger is decent for them. It is a Death Toucher, so... Mountain, not quite what we're looking for. We do have 6, so an island is not a bad draw. No, don't need to block here. Don't think we want to be trading. Yeah, no thanks. And I think I will actually get rid of this mountain with the blood token. Because again, we need an island. There's an island. And a Mimic. Do we just play the Mimic now? I think I'm going to just go ahead and play the Mimic now. I could put it on their Scavenger. Or copy their Scavenger here. Or we can copy our Ravager. I think I'm fine, because it won't be able to flip. I don't know how this works. Does it come in as the backside and stay there? I'm not sure. I think I actually want to copy this. so that we can get rid of Henrika in case they have like a blood fountain or something, and then we can hit them. And the next turn, if we draw a land, down comes Hullbreaker. There's a land. Okay, so let's get in with Scavengers, see what they want to do. See if they want to trade. Hopefully they use their Bleed Dry on our Ravager here at the end of the turn, and not on Hullbreaker when it comes back to us. Chill of the Grave, that's fine. So they used that and then didn't get priority again, even though they had Bleed Dry mana up. Okay. Do we play it? I think we do. Again, they could have drawn Bleed Dry or something, but what are we going to do? Just hold our 7-mana card in hand and something? So let's just play it. There it is. Alright, so then we can chill this down. We'll return... No, I don't even care. Yeah, we don't even need to do anything, so we'll just let Hullbreaker Horror do the rest. So, awesome. Yeah, this is a heck of a card, isn't that the case? So, no, this format's been fun to play with cards like that, but it's also been unfun to play against cards like that. But I will certainly take it when it's on our side of the battlefield. So, you know what? Thanks for hanging out with me all the way to the end of this video, to the end of this year. Hope you all have a good evening tonight, doing whatever it is that you will partake in. And, yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. That'll do it for this one. And I'll see you next year for your daily draft.